All right, welcome to Powered by Magic,
where we discuss topics surrounding magic and common.
or not so common questions.
Let's take this journey together. Hi, I'm Tatiana.
And I'm Sylvia.
And we're coming to you from Eugene, Oregon.
We invite you to conjure up a broom and ride with us. Hello, everyone. We just thought we'd do a real quick midsummer, short, fun episode. Talk about a little bit about the beginnings, since we haven't done it for a while, and also talk about what we did for our midsummer ritual.
Yeah, and just to remind everybody that in season 1, we actually cover midsummer very thoroughly.
Yes.
All right. So I just did a little bit of an intro here for everybody. The summer solstice is the longest day of the year with the longest amount of sun in one day. Solstitium is Latin for sol, the sun, and stitium meaning stopped. So the sun is temporarily still. In Germanic, Slavic, and Celtic times, bonfires were lit and jumped over for good luck in the growing season and for the coming harvest. These fires were also seen as magical in nature, since they were seen as ways of warding off demons and evil spirits. Some believed magic was at its most potent during the summer solstice. For the Vikings, it was a time to settle and discuss legal matters or resolve arguments. Native American cultures would, and some still do, dance a Sundance. The Sioux, for example, would do this around a tree while wearing colors that pertain to the meanings of the dance and time of year. In China, the solstice is seen as yin or feminine energy. In ancient Greek culture, this was the marking of the new year and the 1-month countdown to the Olympic Games. In more modern times, Wicca and Paganism, we honor the god at his peak and the marking of the beginning of his descent. The days will now get shorter, and his power slowly shifts from the father as he has been into the stages of the sage to come. Some colors associated with this time are red, gold, bright yellow, orange, and green. And this year, in our ritual, when we celebrated this past weekend, I chose to honor Amaterasu, the Japanese goddess, ruler of spirits, sister to the moon, and sun goddess. Ra was my focus for the god. The falcon is one of his symbols. He is the giver of primal life and the Egyptian sun god. So there you have it.
Yeah, that's excellent. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We put together a ritual, and it was to honor the god in all his forms, his 3 forms, as the warrior, the father, and the sage. We did this by putting a clay mask on our face to represent the father being a nurturing influence. We used paints to paint our face. It was like, I think they were like grease paints.
Yeah, I don't know. You managed to get them for us.
Yes, I did.
They were great, though. They were awesome.
Yeah, they worked really well. But
and we posted some pictures of that on Instagram.
Oh, yes, we did. Yes, we did. But the face painting was for the warrior, to remember that the god protects us. And then afterwards, we washed off the whole thing to remember that that's the sage coming through, because the sage is within us.
Yes.
It's all there to teach us and guide us.
Yes.
Yeah, all aspects are. Exactly.
And it was a fun ritual to do. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying it was such a fun ritual to do.
Yeah, we sat together in a circle and we painted our faces, and we all laughed and talked about our memories of summers past. And I had a particular favorite where I was with my father and he was out gold panning, and we went way up into the Cascades, and he was gold panning, and there was in a stream, of course, and there was a deep little pool and like a little rocky cliff that was only about 5 feet off the water, I think, or maybe 10 feet, but it wasn't that high. And the pool itself was like 20 feet deep. But I had so much fun jumping into that river, and it was great. I was at some points I was taking a rock and going and walking down the bottom of the pool and just sitting on the bottom of the pool and just taking the water in, the sound and the feeling and the peacefulness. It was wonderful. And it was just a hot day, and the water was just frigid. It was a great time, and I spent it with my father, and it was, yeah.
That sounds like a wonderful memory of, summer and your father. So, like, I don't know, when that happened for you exactly in the summer, but, we don't necessarily, I didn't grow up with this, as a path with my family. But when I look back, it's funny how we do things that just really are a part of it, whether we realize it or not. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I think we're having technical difficulties. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Sylvia?
Yes, I can.
There you are. Okay. Sorry about the technical difficulties, everybody.
Yeah, I have no idea what just happened.
All right. Well, I could not hear Sylvia, so I don't know what you guys all heard or didn't hear. But that's what happens when we do it like this.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think about what I was saying, and I was saying that it wouldn't surprise me if I had done it over the midsummer holiday.
Ah, okay. All right. Yeah. Neat. I have so many memories, but most of my memories all blur together, to be honest. So I don't remember exact ones. I just know that there were so many celebrations I had with my coven and so many midsummers that were wonderful. And we did have fires that we could jump over. And one summer I do remember we had actual fire dancer, somebody who we knew did some fire dancing. And the neighbor called the cops on us because she thought we were going to accidentally set the fence on fire. It was a really old fence. So the cops they totally showed up. And I was like just in this goddess state still from after rituals, we were feasting. I was still in the state of the goddess and God. And I just like floated up to them. I'm like, oh, hi, welcome. Here, this is what we're doing. And by that point, the fire had been put out before they'd even arrived. So they asked me about the fire. And by that, I was in a totally different mindset. I forgot all about the fact that there had been fire. So when they asked me about it, I was like, fire? We didn't have any fire. And it was a genuine response. It wasn't like I was lying. I was just in a different state. Yeah. And then I inviting them to feast with us and whatnot. And of course they're on duty. They're like, oh, no, we can't do that. But my friend was explaining in our ritual when we talked about this, how their faces just changed when they showed up, and they were like, yeah, we wish all of our, disturbance calls were like this. It was like, yeah. It was pretty funny. But it's, you're having a good ritual if the cops are called.
Right?
So anyway, I hope that everybody has a great midsummer and gets to enjoy some summer fun as the heat decides to hit us. For us, it's still going to be coming on. I don't know. Other places already have it, I'm sure. But for us, it's still on. And yeah, just enjoy. And find our pictures on Instagram and Facebook. We'll be putting them up in Facebook, too.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I hope you all have a great time as well.
Yeah, so shall you?
Yes, please rate us on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever else you found us.
So I'm Tatiana, saying goodbye for now.
And I'm Sylvia, saying so long, and thank you for writing with us.
This has been Powered by Magic. So long, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good day.